2x plus 9 over 2 minus 5x minus 3 over 2. Now, a lot of you might be like, okay, I got this. I want you to try it. You gotta have it in a simplified form.
I think I got it.
First thing I'm going to do, keep it all over 2. Now this part I need you to watch. Here, I've got 2x plus 9, and some of you might not be doing this step, but you might do a boo-boo. This minus sign is saying subtract this whole fraction. You have to take this minus and distribute it to both terms. Because you're saying I'm subtracting everything, so you have to make sure the minus goes to both of them. That's why I show that step of squishing them, so you don't forget to squish the minus in there too. So it's going to be minus 5x. What would the second part be? Plus 3. This minus and this minus. So you do need to remember that with the minus sign. If you have 2 parts or 3 parts in the top, you've got to distribute the negative to all the parts. So now if I combine like terms, what would I get when I combine my x's? Negative 3x plus, what would my number be? 12. Oh, good. All over 2. That answer will not be on your final exam. What could you still do on the top?
Negative
3 and x plus 6.
Okay, so we're saying a GCF. What would be the GCF on top? 3. You could take a 3 or a negative 3 out. It really doesn't matter if I just take the 3 out. If I take the 3 out of this term, I still have the negative and I still have the x. Plus, if I take a 3 out of the 12, what are you left with? 4.
So if you made the GCF negative 3, then the x would stay positive, right?
Correct, and the 4 would become negative. Yeah. So you have to see, can you go further?
But you can't put the minus in front of the entire thing, the negative.
No, you just said
further
that.
time
You can-
problem, like, and take the minus x there out.
If you put the minus out here, this has to be a minus and this has to be a plus because you're factoring out a negative 1. That's what he said. But if you just put a minus out in the middle of the problem and you left this as negative x plus 4, that's not right. So you've got
No, I mean, if I wrote negative 3x plus 4 over 2, that's incorrect
it
because
has
I
to
didn't
be
change.
like, it would have to be like that. Because if you distribute this negative back in, this negative and this negative will give you back the positive 12.
Can you go back to where you distributed?
Just saying minus 5x, minus and minus make positive 3. That's all I did.
I'm not sure I know where you got the 9 from.
Right here.
Oh my goodness.
Just carried it over. Just carried it over. Okay, let's try another one like that. 3x minus 2y all over 3x plus 4y plus let's make a third part.
Oh, wow.
What?
Just adding and subtracting, guys. Not even factoring yet. Just adding and subtracting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was the factory part right at the very end, but here's just adding and subtracting.
Can we combine them?
Well, yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. We have to squish them all together. Keep it all over the 3x plus 4y. And I'm just gonna squish them all together, so 3x minus 2y plus 5x plus 5y. What do you have to remember on that third one?
The negative.
Yes, so. And then negative 2x plus 5y. Woo. Again, you don't have to do that squish part. That's just if you need it all lined up for you. Make sure yours looks like mine, and we'll simplify it together.
So on that last part, you're only changing the -5 to a plus.
Because the two negatives cancel. Plus. All right, so if you look at your x's, we've got 3 plus 5, which is 8, minus 2, which is just 6x. I'm not old, combine my terms. Then the y's, we've got -2 plus 5, that's going to be 3, and then 3 plus 5 is 8y. So I combine the x's, combine the y's, and it's still over 3x plus 4y. Do you see anything else you could do?
You take out the GCF.
GCF, okay, what's the GCF on the top?
2.
Or 2. So if I take a 2 out on top, what would I have left?
X.
The 2 goes into 6.
3 times
3x plus
times.
4y.
plus 4.
Okay, and then 2 goes into 8. 4y, oh, look at that. And it's still all over your common denominator.
And then you're going to cancel out?
So you can cancel out because they're common expressions.
Oh.
So you're just left with 2.
Like that whole entire problem is for 2.
Just for 2. Just for 2. That is the highest level you'll probably see, something like that, where you have to squish them, combine them, and then see, can you simplify it a little bit further? But this is just a review. That's just adding numbers. This should just be a review, taking out a GCF. So there's nothing really new about it. It's just add, subtract instead of multiply.
Do another one of those?
Yeah, I got one more. It looks like...
That's a B?
Yeah. Do a little bit to try it on your own. Okay, go ahead and try it.
So is it 2 on the bottom, is it v squared minus 3v?
3b minus 10. I'll make it bigger. Oh, there you go. I'm just going to do the squish. if I had to guess, because they might change it, they will put a subtraction problem to make sure you distribute the negative. If I was writing the test, that's what I would do, to make sure you remember that.
Why wouldn't I combine the plus and the minus numbers? Plus 6 and negative 4.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
I was just swishing. Just
Switched all the way.
I don't remember that.
You cheated.
I did?
Yes, you cannot cheat on your wife. That is bad.
I know it is.
Uh-oh.
See the V's that you canceled?
Yeah.
You can't take something on top and something on bottom, just cancel them out like that, because
What
there's an add and subtract sign next to it. You have to factor. That's the only way you can do it. No cheating.